Speaking of men with deplorable behavior or questionable behavior, next up is Amaya and Bryan, right?
Now, I have some controversial thoughts here.
Go for it.
Why is anybody shook? Is it just because I'm Nigerian? But I could see that scam from a mile away. It was quite obvious, no? Now, this is not me suggesting some other couples in that villa are not also scamming, yeah? But in those couples, I believe the scam is more mutual. Whereas,
Mm,
unfortunately, it looks like Amaya really fell deep. And even as you're seeing how she's crashing out now on social media over him, saying, "Oh my God, you broke my heart, you betrayed me, you lied to me, I told you I loved you." And I'm like,
wow.
girl, are you okay?
No, they're not
This
okay.
man was an obvious scammer. When him and Zach were going back and forth, battle of who is the biggest scammer, I was like, this is a Spider-Man pointing at each other meme. You are both the biggest scammer. The only difference is one of them was more successful at it and he secured the bag.
But did you clock Zach though? Even Zach was like, you know what? I'm just gonna be quiet because if I speak, I'm gonna talk too much.
All
That was
of
the
them
energy I
knew
was
the
getting.
tea. All of them knew the tea. They all literally saw what happened. This man never broke up with his actual girlfriend in the real world. They're back together now. Like I heard people saying that, oh my God, he cheated on Amaya with his ex. No,
There was no
Amaya is the
cheating.
side. He told his ex, babe, I'm going to go get this bread for us. I'm going to
Mm.
sort us out. We don't have to worry anymore. She said, baby, you go do what you need to do. The crazy thing about this is they had sex in that villa. And I remember I found that so wild when it was happening because it was just 5 minutes after various men had tried to scam her after they had realized she was the most popular girl in the
Yeah,
villa.
yeah.
And I could see the brand scam coming from a mile away. And I was like, okay, listen, Amaya, you're on track to win this season regardless of who you pair up with. The best I can hope for is that you just pick whichever scammer of your choice and you keep it cute, peck him a bit, and you sail off to the sunset with your money. But then they got into the hideaway and these two people had sex, and I was like, babe, do you know that this man is actually even into you? I wasn't even sure she was into him. I preferred it when I thought she was scabbing with him, but now
Mm,
that I realized she wasn't, I'm
mm.
like, oh, this is kind of dark.
What's his ethnicity?
He's Dominican, just
But what
like
did you guys
Kenny.
expect? What did you guys expect? That's a Caribbean man. Don't you know what Caribbean men are like? I don't feel sorry for you. At this point, any woman that dates one of these men, you know, I'm sure you've had a Caribbean woman tell you what they're like. Don't come crying when it goes wrong. Okay?
I think Amaya is Dominican.
But then that's even worse. You should know. That's even worse. What are you doing? But
A mess.
let's speak about the concept of the scamming men because I have a theory. And mark my words, I promise you this theory is going to come true. I personally feel like we are in the golden era of the gold digging man.
Clark it.
And I feel that reality TV shows are a really nice like microscope on that phenomenon. And the reason why is because obviously viewers of reality TV skew towards women and queer men and stuff like this, right? What that means is when the women come out, they automatically have a base who they can sell to in a way that the straight men don't. So
Clark it.
this automatically sets up a dynamic where the men are incentivized to attach themselves to a woman that's going to have significant clout to where he can just ride her coattails. Yeah. Unlike with men, wealthy men or men with clout or men with status, they are warned from very young that you need to be careful of these gold digging women and the like, right? But it doesn't, no one's preparing wealthy women in the same way. And so what this means is men are finding themselves in a golden era where there's so much supply of women who are primed to be targeted because they haven't been
Oh,
warned about
Clark
the
it.
fact that men can be abusive in a way that doesn't exist for a woman. And yeah, I just think all of these men, whether it's Bryan, whether it's Zach, whether it's the men we've discussed already on this podcast when it comes to Love Island, they're just an illustration of this phenomenon.
Everything you said is facts. See, at this point, right, these viewers are all kind of deranged, and a lot of them are carried over from Big Brother Niger, so I blame them. And they want to spend their money on these people. So if these people want to come together and mutually scam these viewers, I support it. where it gets very uncomfortable to me is if I get the hint the woman is lost in the clouds thinking she's found love. That's when it becomes very unfortunate for me. And sadly, I'm at a point these days in my feminism where I have very little patience for very dimly obtuse women. I can feel sorry for them, but I can't feel very angry on their behalf because I'm like, girl, this wasn't that subtle.